Hi everyone, welcome to Basic Kitchen Skills Part 7. Today is a fish. It's all about fish. I want to give you some understanding about fish. We're not going to cover everything, but at least just basic. Remember, it's basic. Let's start with the value and the nutrition. We all know fish is a good source of protein, is a good source of vitamin D, is a good source from some things, they call it ossifores. What's that? That you find it in edible bones. Yes, edible bones. Yeah, edible bones. Okay, because we can eat bones like sardines. Yeah, that's edible bones. Like white bait. Yeah, is edible bones. That's what you find. There is another thing they call it polynostra. What's that? That's the only acid you can find it in the fat of the fish. That's the only one. You can't find this one anywhere, just in the fish, in the fat on the fish. Okay? Now we know the value. Value is good. There's protein, vitamin D, acid, calcium, blah 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 blah. Okay. Let's move in the preparation and the cooking. Okay? Preparation, I mean that's personal. I'm not talking about a personal experience. If I got any fish, a whole fish, I'm talking about a whole fish, like a whole salmon or a whole sea bass. The first things what I do, I remove the scales. What we call removing. Yeah, remove. Yeah, the scales. Okay, what's that? With the back of the knife, and you remove all your scales. Okay, the scales is removed. Okay, that's with cracking the fish. Secondly, when I remove, I have to cut it, and that's cutting. Okay. So second one is cutting and cleaning. Okay, with cutting and cleaning. Okay, what's meaning cutting and cleaning? Cutting, he mean like cutting the head away because it's a whole. We're talking about whole fish. Cleaning because I have to open it and clean all that inside and all the blood. That's cutting. And now a third thing to come, skinning. What's that? And filleting. You remember we talked about filleting knife. That's the knife on unity. Okay. Third is skinning. Okay. We said skinning plus filleting. Yeah. Filleting. That's why it is. Okay. Now we remove the scale, we cut it, we skin it, and now there is something to come now, pin boning. That's a pin boning, okay? Pin boning. What's that pin boning? You remove any bones, any extra bones with, I don't know, with twister, okay? That's how it is. You remove it with twister or pliers as well. If you got pliers, you remove it, okay? Now we remove, the fish is ready, okay? Before we cook it, now what we do? There is some things, if it's a round fish, because we're going to talk about flat fish, oily fish, round fish. If it's a round fish, it is a time to stuff it, because stuffing fish always involve round fish. Any fish is round, like sea bass, yeah, that is a good fish to stuff. That's now is stuffing, okay, that's 5 stuffing the fish, okay, now we stuff it. There's another 6 items with 6 things. What we call it, the 6 things, is slicing. Okay, 6 slicing. Slicing like we slice smoked salmon, like if you cook in a whole salmon like Gravenex, that's what it involves in slicing. Okay, if there is any preparation, you might find it, but I'm talking about a personal experience. That's why I got 6. Okay, let's move. Okay, we said this 6, if you remember. Let's move cooking. Cooking, there is a lot of method of cooking. You can poach the fish, you can grill it, you can bake it, like fish pie, you can fry it like pigeon, you can do anything with the fish, depending how you like it. Now we cover preparing and cooking. Let's go for a fish family, okay? If someone asks me how many fish family, I done some research, I don't know, when I was in uni 15 years ago, I found there's 18 family, okay? There's 18, okay, there is 18, that's my research. I done it like 15 years ago. It's involved scientific names, okay? Like if I said the name, for example, it's like Gasdidae. Okay, what's that? Gasdidae is one family. Each family you got a few fish, a group of fish inside. If I say Gasdidae is one family involving, I don't know, haddock, hakes, cod, yeah, sole, lemon sole properly, plaice, yeah, that's all involving in this family, okay? All involving. If you think about a caddock, a haddock, a hakes, pollock, yeah, there is a fish called it pollock. Yeah, if you think about it's all the white fish, probably that's the name of the white fish. There is another, I give you another example, there is a shellfish. Shellfish is another family. Okay, when we talk about shellfish, okay, let's give you a minute. Right? Shellfish. Okay? Shellfish. Shellfish here, anything you got shell for, okay? Because here. But it's divided in two. Okay? First there is a group what they call it crustacea. Okay? That's how I call it that group. Okay? Crustacea, anything like crab, lobster, prawns, okay? That's crustacea. There is another one which divided in two. There is, they call it mollusca. Okay? That's from shellfish. From the shellfish we got this, and we got this. Mollusca is like clams, scallops. Yeah, try to think, I don't know, mussels, because that's the word that's coming, mussels. That's the thing coming. Okay? Now we know, like I said, a family. There is 18. Okay, we know 18. Okay? That's 18 of the family. And from that family, like I said, there is, I give you example family, there is this one family, second family, and you got a lot kind of family, like 18. You can go, and each family belongs some group or some, I don't know, gang of fish on that family, basically. Let's move in the type and variation, okay? What's type of fish in the market? Is the question. Okay, the question, someone asks you, oh, how many types? You think, oh, it's a big thing. No, there's 3 types. That's all we know. There is 3 types. There is one type we already covered, shellfish. And from shellfish, crustacea, like I said, lobster, crab, crayfish. There is, let me mention something. Because a lot of question I get it, what's the difference between lobster and crayfish? Okay, that's a good question. Lobster, he lives in the sea, in the Pacific. Okay? Crayfish lives in sweet water, in the river, basically. That's what difference between that. One lives in the sweet water, one lives in the salted water. That's the difference between lobster and crayfish. Probably they are the same, but they're not the same. Okay? We in the type, we said there is 3 types. We cover one, shellfish. Okay? There is another kind of fish. We're talking about type. Let's go another one. There is, okay, we said type, okay, of fish. Yeah. Okay. First we said shellfish, okay, divided in 2. Yeah, we said 1, 2, okay. Now a second type, which is, we call it whitefish. Okay. If you think about whitefish, in the whitefish there is 2 groups. There is a round and flat. Okay. There is a round fish. There is a flat fish. Okay, a flat fish, and there is a round fish. Okay, from flat fish, I don't know, like lemon sole, yeah, it's a flat fish. Okay, like plaice, it's a flat fish. Okay, a round fish like salmon, it's a round fish. Like red snapper, like a bass, sea bass, like red mullet. That's all kind of a round fish. Okay, here, which is good, something's come in mind. Always remember, when you're talking about flat fish, imagine that flat fish, okay? Always you get from the fish 4 fillet. If I'm cleaning or I'm skinning, okay, if I'm skinning, we'll say lemon salt, I need to get 4 fillet. 1, 2, and another side, 3, 4. If I'm using a round fish, like a cod, is a round fish, like a haddock, like salmon, always there is just 2 fillet. Okay, that's what you need to understand. Okay, now we know type of fish. There is one, we said shellfish. Second one is whitefish. Let's move on the third one. The third one, they call it oily fish. Okay, that's the oily fish. Oily fish usually is round. We talked about round. Okay? Oily fish like salmon, you got a lot of oil. Yes. That's anything you think about the oil, that's the oily fish. All you need to know, if someone asks a question, how many types of fish? 3. Shellfish, divided in 2. That's, I'm talking about basic, okay? I'm keeping it basic. Because these 2 divided in 2 again, but I'm not, because if I have to talk about shellfish, I'll say all day. We'll never finish it. Believe me, we're not going to finish it today, this video. But all I need to understand, shellfish is 1, 2. White fish, anything's white, divided into flat and round, and there is oily fish. That's a type of fish. That's all I need to put it in your head. Okay, let's move in now. Some things I want to give you some ideas. For example, about I don't know, about culinary arts. Yeah, in any college. Yeah, culinary arts. Yeah. Okay. Now let's talk about a cut of fish. Okay? Of fish. There is a cut from the cut of fish, from the flat fish, okay? And from the round fish. If you cut in a fish, okay, as a fillet, we call it a steak. We'll start with steak. Okay? Steak. You can get steaks, for example, like tuna, like salmon. Okay? Here, there is 2 types, okay? There is one type come from flat fish and one type come from a round fish. Okay, if you work in a big hotel, always you find a head chef tell you, oh, can I cut me that chef la daran? That's because all use French word, la daran. La daran is just a cut from a round fish. Or the chef he tell you, oh, can I have le tronchon? Le tronchon is, yeah, tronchon. The tronchon is coming a cut from flat fish. I don't want you to remember this. All you remember. Remember, cut of fish. There is a steak, okay, coming from flat and round. There is another one is a fillet. Okay, one is a fillet. Remember on a beef or pork, when you get fillet should be free of fat. Here, fillet of fish should be free of bones. That's how it's free of bones, okay? That's all I need to remember. There is another third one. The third one is a supreme. When you think about supreme of chicken, okay? Always about 6 ounces. When you say supreme, yeah, of fish, must be 6 ounces. That's all I need because it's a big, okay? There's another cut which is like, we call it trimming. We're not talking about that. There is another one, they call it thin strips, okay? Thin strips. We all know what's thin strips because that's we're not using the right word. It's a goujon. Goujon, he means thin strips, okay? A goujon is coming from a French word like goujonnette. That's how it is. But it should be a thin strip. We all know it because it's deep fried. Let's get back, guys. Let's get back to the cut of fish. Remember 4. I don't want you. There is 6, but I want you to remember 4. There is a steak. Steaks always there is a bone on it. Okay. There is a fillet. Should be free from the bone. There is a super is big cut, and there is a thin strips which is goujon. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video and you got all the information about fish. Probably in the future we might do another advanced, but for now let's keep things basic. All I'm trying to do is a basic skill. Let's keep it basic and see you and I'll catch you for another video. Thanks.